Hello and welcome to another episode of Hoya of the Week. And today we have yet another cross. And this one, the trellis is a bit crooked. It does not want to fit back in. The pawn is just refusing to let the trellis back in, so we will just have to deal with that. It is, however, a time to repot this plant anyway and to fashion it a new trellis and to trim some of those tops. This plant is Hoya AH041, and allegedly this is a cross of Hoya Vitellina and Hoya Noel. I think it's Noel crossed with Vitellina in that order. And this plant is something that I got actually twice. This is actually the original plant that I bought, and I got my cutting from Hoya Passion, and then sort of not really looking, not memorizing the name of this Hoya, that it's AH041, and just looking at a slightly different pair of leaves, I bought another Hoya, the same Hoya, from a collector in Slovenia. And when I realized I bought two of the same, it was already too late. But this plant for me actually rotted once, this one. And I rerooted it and it started to do a little bit better. And I would say now it's doing okay-ish. I'm not entirely happy, to be quite honest with you. I think that the growth is a bit strange on this trellis. We have fought a bit with mealybugs, and I certainly am sure we did have mites as well. So, lovely, all of the things. And nasty trellis, but hey, such is life. Sometimes it's rough. But I would say that overall, this Hoya is doing okay. Again, most likely I will cut these roots off when I repot it because there's just no way for them to get out of there with no damage. And I will be transferring this very soon in organic mix on a hoop. Or, sorry, I know it's not a hoop, it's an arch trellis, a U-shaped trellis. But as you can see, this Hoya has plenty of branches, and I would say 5 peduncles if my counting skills don't fail me. And they very frequently bloom at the same time, actually, or maybe days apart. The flowers of this Hoya don't last very long. They last maybe for a couple of days. And they're a nice smell, flowery smell, not too strong in my opinion. Some say that, for example, Hoya Noel has a wonderful smell. That one has not bloomed for me yet. But this one, I wouldn't say the smell is too strong. And she's one of those Hoyas that will get a nice coloration in lower temperatures or in higher light. I do want to check here, I suspect. Is that a mealybug? No. Some of these vines are not really looking all that great. We have lost a couple of leaves and some have stopped growing. So I think when I get her on a different trellis, I will decide if I want to trim them or not. Actually, maybe I can just sort of untrellis it now. I don't think this is a good idea, but hey. Yeah. So you can sort of see what she looks like. And I think she will look much more handsome on a different trellis. Can we just actually grow it like that? I want my Hoya to be perceived like that. She's quite nice. The leaves are quite nice. They are splashy. There is some veining. There is the dark margin. It's really all that makes Hoya leaves popular. A good size, good coloration, good veinage. That also makes some other things probably popular. But anyway, we're talking about Hoyas now. I do want to take a cutting of this one just to see if I can grow it. It will be a little bit challenging. It might be a bit challenging to transfer this one to organic mix. We shall see. So I might take a cutting of this just in case when I put it in organic mix as a sort of a reserve. The flowers are nice. I find the coloration of the flowers very interesting. I do think I compared it recently because I had Hoya Joy in bloom, and I prefer Hoya Joy a lot more than this one. The thing with that Hoya is that one has a little bit duller leaves. This one definitely has more interesting leaves. They're not really that related, but that one has nicer and bigger flowers. The flower on this one is kind of small, approximately the size of Hoya Finlaysoni. And the first time it bloomed for me, it did make a nice cluster of flowers. The umbel was nice and full of buds, but they sort of spread in all directions. I don't know. What I like is tied balls of flowers. I'm very specific when it comes to my Hoya flower preferences. I do think it bloomed a little bit better the second time. I typically give my Hoyas several chances before I decide whether I like them or not, because first blooming is not always the indicator of what that flower will look like, how long it will last, how nice it will smell, or how stinky it will be. Sometimes, the first flowering is sort of a fluke. So give them a couple of chances and see how frequent they are going to bloom, how nice the flowers are going to be or not nice, and if they're going to last longer or not. The first time I think the flowers were very short, just a day on this one. But the second time they lasted longer and it was even hotter. So you would think they would last shorter, but no. But in any way, this is a Hoya that is very easy to take care for. She grows, well, this one grew very weirdly, but she has these growth spurs. She's kind of able to stand still for some time and then she will have like a growth spur. I do find that quite a few Hoyas do this. They're kind of like not doing anything and all of a sudden they give you like a whole branch of leaves. And it's like, okay, you do you. I do think this is going to prefer a different type of a trellis. I just don't like how this looks in the tower trellis. I think it's sometimes a bit challenging with these Hoyas with big leaves to make them look attractive. I actually think this one might look decent if you pot several cuttings in one pot, because I really like that clump of leaves. Let me just see if I have like a ladder or something to temporarily put her on. I found this ladder. Let's be completely unrealistic here. Oh, sir, girl, what are you doing? You know what? I think that could have gone a lot worse. I will give her a better looking trellis eventually, but this Hoya is not something that is also easy to trellis. Ooh, that actually looks super ugly on camera. It looked a little bit better. I'll think about what I will do with this Hoya. Currently, I am completely unsure how to tame her. I'm just gonna hold it like that and show it to you. So yeah, this is a bit tricky in the trellising department, in the taming department, but that does not mean that I do not recommend it. I absolutely do. I think this is a beautiful Hoya to have. I find the leaves very decorative. This is one of the few crosses that I would like to always have, I think. I find the leaves very interesting. I've tried a lot of Hoya crosses, to grow Hoya crosses. I have some Finlaysoni crosses that I don't really love. I don't find them interesting, but this one is very nice. And that's maybe because I really love Hoya vitellina. Hoya Noel, so I have it. I'm not super impressed. I don't think Hoya Noel is that interesting, but this one I find just much nicer. But just a super nice Hoya. I don't think you're going to be disappointed if you get it, if you can get it. I don't think it's too expensive anymore as well. It was a bit on the mid-range price, and mid-range for me is around 50 euros. That was sort of the price. I don't see it commonly grown in collections, at least not here, and I don't know. I tried to sell cuttings several times of this. People were not super interested, so I don't know. Maybe people don't like this as much as I do, or maybe they just see how... I swear, this looks so ugly on camera. It's the ugliest trellising that there is, but I promise you, it looks very nice in real life. People who have seen it at my home always think that she looks nice, and that's like 3 people. Anyway, I will see you in the next episode of Hoya of the Week. Let me know if you do like this plant. I do not want to hear comments on this temporary trellising. It shall be fixed in one of the future videos. Have a lovely day, and I will see you on Sunday in... I don't know what video that will be on Sunday, but something plant related. What a revealing piece of information, right? Bye! I would like to take some time to thank all of my patrons for their incredible support. A massive shout out to my $5 patrons. My 2 anonymous patrons, Alex von Siebenthal, Amber Clear, and Margaret Mund, Angela Bernard, Angela Parrish, and C. Aspen Drake, Betsy, Brett Noble, Candy Taft, Catherine Molina, Christine Claire Cola, Daniela Danube Daniels, Daria Kaminska, Deborah Violet, Deli Heredia, Deanne Sikorsky, Dipanjali Rao, Either W, Erin Keenan, Eleni Sachs, Allison, Ellen, M. Mortal, Farah, Gathering Moss, Gina Geise, Go Green Tropical, Gross It's Kyle, Heather Uppingham, Hooji Scott, Hoya Heather, Yana Griffin, Jessica Chio, Jonas Barry, Hjorth Larson, Jovan Denot, Cara, Catherine P, Casey Gross, Callie Gallagher, Kelso, Kimberly Polka, Kiwi Mochi, Christy Ehrlich, Lisa Mary, MPLS, Lori J. Revert, Mandy Milliken, Marcel Har, Maria Stein, Marina Yarmolich, Mars B, Marty Miller, Mary Rose, Melissa Walker, Michael Curley, Michelle Heron, Nicole Ferranti, Mirka Grun Roos, Moa Edmond, Nelly Yang, Ni Habaso, Nicole Maroney, Nanguin, Nita Macy, BJ Plan Druid, Rachel Peterson, Sandra Cornelius, Sherry Kumar, Sophia Rian, Stephanie H2O, Tessa Martins, Tia B, TJWO, Trista Bailey, Tristan Thomas, Wendy Rossman, Zenia Green, Youth of the Volumut, Zaira Rivera, Zordarama, and Zlakov Niponi. A big thank you to my $3 patrons: Angelina Farnan, Kilone Constance, Daryl De Rosario, Eden C, Catherine Parsons, Kent Brown, Elle Lindberg, Lindsay Ann, Mary H, Monica Wykers, Nella, Syke Zera, Renee Church, Ringlov Tang, Watanas Riakul, and Wendy Foreman. And a thank you to my $1 patrons: one anonymous patron, Alice Borland, Brandon Pacheco, Christina Greengrass, Colleen Coyle Levi, Couture Helvetica, Emilia Bronson, Jamie Arsenault, Jolie Sullivan, Kayla Vavra, Kelly Ash, Chris Perez, Lauren M, Lori N Subramanian, Buzmin Fernandez, Neely Spicer, Nerdy Kathy, Olivia Chinmuller, Sarah, and Tracy the Eibler.